The human who changed her world in seconds. Zara pressed her three-fingered hand against the cold metal wall of the prison ship. Her silver skin shimmered under the harsh blue lights that never turned off. The Keth Empire had captured her people from their peaceful world of Nexar 6 months ago. Now she was being transported to the slave markets of Vortex Prime. The ship shook violently. Alarms began screaming in the corridors. Zara heard the guards running past her cell. Their heavy boots echoed through the ship. Something was very wrong. Through the small window in her cell door, she could see other prisoners from different worlds. Some had fur, others had scales. A few looked almost like her own people, but with different colored skin. All of them were afraid. The ship shook again. This time, harder than before, Zara fell to the floor. Her cellmate Nira grabbed onto the metal bench that was built into the wall. Nira was from a world called Telos. Her people had blue skin and large eyes. She had been captured 3 years ago. She knew more about the Keth Empire than Zara did. The lights went out for a moment. Then emergency lighting came on. Everything looked red now. The alarms were getting louder. Suddenly, the ship stopped shaking. Everything became very quiet. Zara could hear her own heart beating fast. The silence was more scary than the alarms had been. Heavy footsteps came down the corridor, but these were different from the Keth guards. These boots made a different sound. They were heavier and slower. Zara heard fighting. The Keth guards were screaming. Something was cutting through the metal doors like they were paper. The smell of burning metal filled the air. Then she saw something that changed everything. A creature walked past her cell window. It was tall and moved on 2 legs like her people did. But it was different. Its skin was dark brown, and it had hair on top of its head. It carried strange weapons that glowed with energy. This creature stopped at her cell. Dorit looked at her through the window. Its eyes were small and dark, but there was something in them that surprised her. They showed kindness. The creature began working on her cell door. With its strange tools, the metal began to glow and melt. The door opened with a loud sound. The creature stepped into her cell. It was even taller than she had thought. It removed something from its head that covered its face. Now she could see it clearly. It spoke in a voice that was deep but gentle. The words came through a small device on its chest. The device changed the words into her language. "My name is Kate. I am human. We came to free you and the others. Are you hurt?" Zara stared at the human called Kate. She had never seen anything like her before. Kate had skin that was smooth but not shimmery like hers. Her hair was black and fell to her shoulders. Zara tried to speak, but no words came out. She was too surprised. Kate stepped closer, but slowly. She held out her hand with the palm facing up. Zara had learned this meant peace in many worlds. "We know about your people." Kate said, "Your world sent out a call for help before the Keth destroyed your communication systems. We have been looking for this prison ship for 2 months. Zara finally found her voice." "How did you know we were here?" Kate smiled, and Zara noticed her teeth were very white. "We humans are good at finding people who need help. It is what we do." Kate helped Zara stand up. Her touch was warm and gentle. Then Kate went to help Nira. Nira was afraid at first, but Kate spoke to her in her own language. This surprised both Zara and Nira. "How do you know so many languages?" Nira asked. Kate helped her stand. "We humans learn fast. When we decide to help someone, we learn everything we can about them." They walked out of the cell into the corridor. Zara saw other humans helping prisoners from their cells. The humans were all different sizes and colors. Some had light skin. Others had dark skin. Their hair was different colors too. One human with red hair was carrying a small child from another world. The child was scared, but the human was singing to it in a soft voice. Another human with very dark skin was helping an old prisoner who could barely walk. The human picked up the old prisoner and carried him like he weighed nothing. Kate saw Zara watching. "We humans believe that everyone deserves to be free," she said. "No one should be a slave." They walked through the ship. Zara saw that the humans had defeated all the Keth guards. But she noticed something strange. The Keth were not dead, they were just sleeping. Kate saw her looking. "Why did you not kill them?" Zara asked. Kate stopped walking. "We humans try not to kill unless we have no choice. These Keth were following orders. They were not the ones who decided to take slaves." This confused Zara. The Keth had taken her from her family. They had hurt her people. But Kate showed mercy even to enemies. They reached the main cargo area of the ship. Hundreds of prisoners were there. Humans were giving them food and water. Other humans were treating injuries with strange medical devices. A human with blonde hair came over to Kate. This was obviously the leader. She was shorter than Kate, but her voice was strong and clear. "Kate, how many?" "Did we find?" the leader asked. 237 prisoners from 18 different worlds," Kate answered. "No one was seriously hurt." The leader nodded. "Good work." She looked at Zara and smiled. "My name is Amy. I am the captain of our ship. We are taking all of you to safety." Zara looked around at all the activity. The humans worked together like they had done this many times before. They seemed to care about every single prisoner. Amy saw her watching. "We have been fighting the Keith Empire. For 5 years," Amy said. "They take people from their homes and sell them as slaves. We cannot let this continue." "But why?" Zara asked. "You are not from our worlds. Why do you care what happens to us?" Amy was quiet for a moment. Then she spoke in a voice that was serious but kind. "Because we humans were once slaves too. A long time ago, some humans made slaves of other humans. We learned that slavery is wrong. We will never let it happen again if we can stop it." Kate added, "We believe that all thinking beings should be free to choose their own lives. Freedom is not something that only humans should have." They boarded the human ship. It was huge and clean. Everything worked perfectly. The humans had built amazing technology, but they used it to help others, not to hurt them. Zara was given her own room. It was small but comfortable. A human with brown hair brought her clean clothes and hot food. The food was different from what her people ate, but it tasted good. That night, Zara could not sleep. She kept thinking about what she had seen. The humans had risked their lives to save people they had never met. They had traveled far from their own world to fight slavery. She walked to the window in her room. Outside, she could see stars. She wondered if her home world of Nexar was still there. The Keth had been bombing it when she was taken. Kate found her there. Kate was not wearing her armor now. She wore simple clothes and looked much smaller, but her eyes still showed that same kindness. Could not sleep either. Kate asked. Zara shook her head. "Why do you humans do this? You could have stayed safe on your own world." Kate looked out at the stars. For a long time, humans only cared about themselves. We fought wars with each other. We hurt our own world. We almost destroyed ourselves. Then what happened? Kate smiled, but it was a sad smile. We learned that we were not alone in the universe. We found out that there were many other worlds with people like us. People who could think and feel and dream. We realized that we were all connected. Kate pointed to the stars. Out there are billions of worlds with billions of people. They all want the same things: to be safe, to be free, to be happy, to love their families. If humans only care about humans, then we are just a small part of something much bigger. Zara understood. Kate was saying that all people everywhere were like family to humans, even if they looked different. The next day, Amy called all the freed prisoners together. She stood before them and spoke clearly. "We are taking you to a space station called Haven." Amy said it is run by many different worlds working together. "You will be safe there. We will help you contact your families if they are still alive. If your worlds have been destroyed, we will help you find new homes." An old prisoner from a world Zara did not know raised his hand. "What do you want from us in return?" Amy looked surprised. "Nothing," she said. "We want nothing from you. You are free." But this confused many of the prisoners. In their experience, no one helped without wanting something back. Kate stepped forward. She seemed to understand their confusion. "Let me tell you about humans," she said. "We are not perfect. We make mistakes. We sometimes fight with each other. But we learned something important long ago. She looked at each prisoner as she spoke. When you help others, you become stronger. When you make others free, you become more free yourself. When you show kindness, the whole universe becomes a better place. Zara felt something change inside her heart. These humans were showing her a new way to think about life. Amy continued, "Anyone who wants to join the human fleet is welcome. We can always use more help in fighting slavery, but no one has to fight. You can choose your own path." Many of the freed prisoners asked questions. The humans answered every question with patience. Some prisoners were angry about what had happened to them. The humans understood their anger. Some prisoners were afraid of what would happen next. The humans promised to keep them safe. Over the next few days, Zara learned more about humans. They came from a world called Earth. Their world had many different kinds of people who looked different and spoke different languages, but they had learned to work together. Kate taught Zara how to use human technology. She learned how to operate their computers and communication systems. Kate was a good teacher. She was patient and never made Zara feel stupid for not